Will K-pop Demon Hunters get a sequel? Everyone hopes so, including the cast and directors. Okay, it is not official yet, but talk of a sequel to Netflix's immensely successful K-pop Demon Hunters has been pouring out across online platforms since the animated film took the world by storm upon its release on July 20th. It is currently the most watched film on its streaming platform, dethroning the previous leader, Red Notice 2021, the most watched title in Netflix's history, surpassing the platform's hit series, Squid Game 2021 to 25. While Netflix and Sony Pictures Animation have initiated discussions on the sequel, according to The Hollywood Reporter, it remains unclear as to which studios will be involved and to what extent. What is clear, however, is that directors Maggie Kang and Chris Applehands have repeatedly referenced the possibility of a sequel in interviews. The film's cast, including both voice and singing actors, as well as the music team, have also chimed in, expressing hopes that a follow-up will soon be made. I do have some ideas, Director Kang said during a press conference held in Korea last month. Nothing has been decided officially, but we haven't opened up 100% of our characters' backstories to the fans, so we have a lot left to tell, she added. Even Yoo Ji-young, who voiced Zoe, said in an interview, "I already know what I want from a sequel. I've already told Maggie and Chris that there has to be a follow-up." Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos also showed interest in expanding the universe, referring to the film as a phenomenal success in an interview with Deadline. He added, "And the fact that people are in love with this film and in love with the music from this film, that will keep it going for a long time. So we're really thrilled. And now the next beat is, where does it go from here?" While speculation around the sequel continues, another question remains. Will it be able to create another global phenomenon like the first one did? And what will it be about? After all, the film did not leave any clues or hints about a sequel. The story is good wins, evil loses plot wrapped up with Hunter X triumphing over the demons. Here's what the Korea Jewang Daily knows so far. What will it be about? The two directors have shared the possibility of exploring Zoe and Mira's narratives more deeply, which were only briefly mentioned in the film. Zoe, a Korean American who tried to fit in on both sides, and Mira, the black sheep of her family. The recent film largely centered on its lead singer Rumi and her journey, while the fictional girl group Hunter X continues to protect the world from evil demons and faces off against the demon boy band Saja Boys. Although some details of the characters' backstories were already developed in earlier versions of the film, these scenes were later cut due to the film's limited running time, according to Kang's Variety interview. This was Rumi's story, and we have backstories for Zoe and Mira, Kang told Variety. It just wasn't the movie for those stories. There is also a chance that the sequel will incorporate more and new traditional Korean elements, as Kang expressed feeling inspired during her visit to the National Museum of Korea last month. "I think I'll continue to explore Korea," she said to the press. While Kang toured the museum, guided by the museum's director, Yoo Hung-jun, she admired a white porcelain moon jar. "I've never realized such details," she said after hearing Yoo's explanation of the artifact. "Now that I've heard the explanation, it looks different. I think I'm starting to get some ideas." Another thing that the sequel might feature is a wider range of Korean music styles, such as trot, a Korean pop music genre known for its repetitive rhythm and heavy use of vocal inflection, and even heavy metal. During last month's news conference with the Korean press, Kang said she was considering adding diverse elements of Korean music instead of limiting the soundtrack to familiar idol K-pop sounds if the sequel were made. And then there's Jinu, the leader of the Saja Boys, who sacrificed himself for Rumi. Jino's actions in the film made fans hope that he would come back in a sequel. This sentiment was shared by actor Arden Cho, who voiced Rumi in the film. I would love to see if we can rescue Genu, Cho said to Variety. It is a magical world, right? I feel like the options are endless, and our incredible writers and directors left it a bit open. Anything is possible. Online fan theories also suggest that he may not have truly died, but instead lives on within Rumi's sword. In the final scene, as Genu disappears, his spirit appears to merge with the sword she later uses to fight Gruma, the leader of the demons. When asked about Genu's fate, Kang has consistently remained vague. At the Korean press event, she responded with a knowing smile. Well, people may think Genu died, but we don't really know what could have happened. And doesn't Korean content often enjoy tragedy? Will the original team participate in the next sequel? According to news reports, there is a strong likelihood that the two directors will continue working on the next installment should it go ahead. Media outlet Puck reported that Sony had started negotiating with Kang and Apple Hands to return for a sequel, while The Hollywood Reporter said Sony insiders have had conversations with the directors, but as of yet, there is no deal on the table. A sequel would allow Kang to expand on the ideas from the original and delve deeper into the story based on her Korean roots. Despite the directorial team likely being the same, the film's visuals and aesthetic could change due to the departure of Celine Kim, the art director of K-pop Demon Hunters, from Sony Pictures Animation. However, there is still the possibility for some continuation. In a recent interview with Ilgan Sports, Kim said that she stepped down from her role at Sony as an art director and is currently working on a new feature animation as an artist at Netflix. Should the next installment be made at Netflix, the door could remain open for Kim to continue her work. Given that it took 7 years for the original film to be brought to life, it remains unclear when the highly anticipated but still unconfirmed sequel might be released. The first installment was years in the making from pitch to receiving the green light. Still, hopes are high for another thrilling Hunter X adventure and a fresh lineup of catchy tunes.